Good evening, everyone. As we literally get into this, Weenus donates 69 bits, and he also gifts 3 subs. Gorilla Dude, Darkshear, and Lazy Hydra, enjoy your gifted subs. Enjoy your Asmonpog, your Baja Rages, and your little finger guns, as well as your little gilded beard in chat. Thank you seriously so much, Weenus, as we go ahead and get into game number 1 of our best of 3 series here. And we have Clouded Minds on the left-hand side, and we have the members of Tidecaller Mrgles on the right. And this will be a Division C West matchup. Let's go ahead and find out how we got to Alterac Pass. The home team this evening is going to be the members of, sorry, he's throwing his toys around, is going to be the members of Clouded Minds. They lost the coin flip, opting for first pick on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles. They're going to be banning out Tomb the Spider Queen and Braxis Holdout. Cursed Hollow and Towers of Doom were banned out by the members of Clouded Minds, and Alterac Pass will be our first map, chosen by the members of oh my god, sorry, I have the wrong team names here. I was just like, I looked over, I was like, wait a minute, sorry, let's fix this while we have the screen up. Sorry about that. I just realized that I'm quality casting, production. Someone was actually complimenting my production earlier. There you go. All right, so we have that all fixed up. So now you actually know. So really quickly, Clouded Minds banned out Cursed Hollow, Towers of Doom. Tidecaller Mrgles are going to ban out Tomb of Spider Queen as well as Braxis Holdout. Alterac Pass was chosen by Clouded Minds. Let's go ahead and get back into our draft and find out what we have coming out so far. Bloodwind, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Clouded Minds for the win. All right, good to see that you have some. There's some cheers in chat. We are going to be having Deathwing and Ariel going to be banned on the left hand side. Kael'thas and Anduin going to be banned out on the right. Raynor going to be the first pick for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. Probius. Oh my God, yes. Zell. What's up, Bandit? You all right? You're just staring at me. What you need? Or are you just happy? You're just happy. Sorry about that. All right, so we have Joanna and Stukov going to be picked up on the left-hand side. Strong start for them from the members of Clouded Minds. It's just they're going with their main support, their healer as well as their main tank, and they're not showing too much of their draft. Right now, they have still 2 picks on the side of Tidecaller. They're going to have the Raynor. Jaina here wouldn't be a bad idea due to the fact that she pairs well with the Raynor early. She also pokes really well into this, and then they could maybe look for, ooh, actually, I like the Ana as well, but they're going to grab a Thrall. So that's going to be a Thrall who's maybe in the Bruiser role, maybe in just the, I wonder if they're going to play that in the solo lane or not. We'll see. It's not a super early throw, but he fits into most compositions, and the root allows them to chase in. They've got a lot of good poke, and they've also got their own way to, they've got a disengage or an engage tool with that Wind Fury. Uther will be banned out, as I think they're a little bit afraid of a potential main tank Uther, and with an Ana on the opposing side, I wouldn't blame them. They've also got themselves a Key, so they're going to be, I think Key is a decently good Stukov, like mildly okay, and I think that's the reason we're seeing that early Stukov grab. That way they're not allowing them to have that up over on the right-hand side for that Ana player. All good. HTC draft music, Radically, what's up? Just broke a power washer, so my night's not super great. Wait, how? What is the copy? It's Buttsbot. So what Buttsbot does is he changes 1 or 2 words into the word butt. So just broke my power washer, so my night's not butt per great. QQ. So we're missing a lot of draft here, as Li Ming and Lunar will be grabbed on the left-hand side. Going to be having a lot of damage over time, as well as the reset potential for Li Ming. That Li Ming also pokes pretty effectively into this situation around this objective phase, and also, as I said, the resets for her can be monumental. Neo, what's up? Host my games? What games? Oh my god, Bloodwind's just gonna get, there's a butt bot? There's a butt butt? Sorry. If you don't want it to, it randomizes. It does it to whoever. But if you ever want to ignore you, hit exclamation point bot, and I think it'll give you the command to exactly how to do that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Urel and Anubarak will be grabbed on the side of Tidecaller. Langiria, thank you so much for the resubscription. Thank you for the 2 months of tier 1 support. Thank you so much, Langiria. I hope you had a wonderful night, or I hope you're having a wonderful night. Stukov on this match, got to clear out. We got to cheer for Clouded Minds. Imperius will round out the draft for the members of Clouded Minds for their solo lane. I actually like this a lot. So solo Urel into Imperius. Thrall is going to be playing more of an assassin role, but he still is Bruiser and can step up. I gotta say, the members of Tidecaller Mrgles have a very strong draft. There's a lot that they need to get through to get into Ana Raynor. On the opposing side, though, they've got a lot of good damage. I drink way too much tea way too quickly. Lunara and Li Ming are a very good duo. Typically, we see Greymane paired into the Li Ming because he can just kind of dive and step up. But really, there isn't a ton of diving and stepping up. Imperius has the Celestial Charge, but that isn't like it's not like Diablo Shadow Charge or a Nubrak with the Burrow Charge. Speaking of a Nubrak, I'm interested to see how they're going to play this because they can't dive too far past the friendly team with that Burrow Charge looking for a kill. So I think this is going to be more of a defensive use of that burrow, and then they're just going to try and maybe set up kills to get the chain CC. So, you know, burrow in, you jump, you know, you burrow onto Li Ming, you stun once, you have the impale afterwards, so you have the follow-up CC, maybe Thrall gets a root, Ana has a sleep dart, Yrel has the righteous hammer, which is going to be able to push them away if they're trying to back out. So there is some dive and some blow up that can synergize really, really well on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles, but this Li Ming Lunar, I think that's going to be the crux for Clouded Minds, and on the opposing side, I think it's going to be a lot of that Nubrak setting up a lot of the plays, but let's go ahead and see what we get here in game number 1. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Clouded Minds. Mount Synergy and everything. Well, Linus is going to be on the Lunara. We have Star Knight on the Stukov. We've got Swing on the Li Ming. Tiger going to be on that Imperius, and Zednam on the Joanna. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. We're going to be having Key on the Ana. Kotip, I think, is going to be on the Raynor. Siege will be on the Anubrak. Umbob is going to be on the Thrall. And Rise Robin on the Yrel. Let's go ahead and get into mid lane and check out what our early talents look like. By the way, I hope your stream is too strong for Chromecast. Oh, no! I certainly have a good night now even better being here. Wonderful! Darkshear, how you doing, friend? Big Bird, how you doing, friend? Good to see you. Miss your face as well. It wasn't my power washer, it was a customer's. Oh no! It was trash to start, but now it's broke. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Tilted Sister, how you doing? Sorry about this. Sorry, I was missing everything. Ming's gonna spark that creeping on it. Interesting. Winnis is even green. Trash. Just all caps trash. You be less Lunar. She's trying her best. Okay, she is trying her best. All right, let's actually get into this game. Let's give you some breakdowns and let's actually cast here. Lunara did go into Sentinel Wisp at level 1. I'm trying to see if they actually put it out anywhere so we can kind of highlight that. We are going to be having them grab this camp on the left-hand side. I always harp about this on this map, and the reason being is because it's a very short cooldown on the camp, so it pops up at the 1 minute mark. It's a 1 minute 30 for the respawn time, so if you can grab it before 1 minute 30 in the game, that means you're going to have the respawn up and available before the first objective, and then it works in the same mechanic as like the Shaman Camp on Infernal Shrines or Battlefield of Eternity. You grab that before the objective phase, and you're trying to split the enemy team's attention, so this is going to be objective phase in top. They're going to have to rotate to mid lane right as the objective phase is coming up or after they grab that, and that kind of pulls them out of there. They might be able to take a team fight or sneak over and grab the objective phase itself. For anyone that's wondering why it's a sword and a shield, we currently, as an observer, will always see the blue side for objectives. So a good example, if I were to click on Ana, and we're currently on the red team vision, it's going to swap over. The defensive will be over here, and the aggression will be over here. When I let go, it's going to swap back. So if you're wondering what the positioning means, it's just going to be defensive. That will be the blue teams to defend, and the axis will be the one that they need to capture, and it switches back and forth right there. For anyone that might just not know. We currently just have our lanes all matched up right now. It's a 1-3-1 kind of situation. Li Ming in the top lane up against a Thrall. Not something you expect too often, but I don't think this is going to be the entirety of the game, so they're okay with having this for now. And Li Ming will be able to poke at the Thrall here and there. Their wave clear isn't the biggest, but what they do threaten with is that combo, and Thrall can take a bit of damage as you actually see the Frostwolf Resilience being procced right there, and they're actually going to heal up quite a bit from their baseline trait, as they are going to be able to use abilities to trigger that, and once they get 4 stacks, they get a wave of healing from their baseline trait. Yo, Duck Greaser, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you for 3 months of support. I will resend your alert when we get out of this game. Thank you so much for coming by, and thank you so much for supporting the stream. Looking forward to see the team fights. This will get interesting. I agree, Bloodwind. I agree. All right. Sorry, I thought Li Ming was in top lane for a second, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. So the camp on the right side was picked up, or is back up again as well. Sorry. What you doing, bud? Oh, Bandit's looking for more treats. He never goes behind me when I'm streaming. Like, he always just he'll leave the room and then he'll just come back and go to his bed when he goes to get water. But he actually came behind me and he was like putting his nose in the box trying to see if there was anything extra for himself. That's it, bud. Once again, also, thank you to everyone supporting the stream who literally get the Bark Box for Bandit. It's because of you that we're able to do it, and I really appreciate it. And we actually do have a free month, and we're going to be raffling that off next week. We'll do it sometime. We'll probably do like a triple cast one night, and during that triple cast, we'll do a giveaway or something. And I got skin codes that I need to give away too anyway. So we have a fight breaking out right now over the objective phase. Going to be having the Lurking Arm interrupted by the Arel with the Righteous Hammer. Currently going to be having some of those poison stacks onto Tiger, who is going to actually Lunara going down first. That's a little surprising, but they are going to be able to push into them. Star Knight backing off as well. So they got 9.3 seconds to go. And then for anyone that is wondering, it does go up by 10 seconds to a maximum of 50 per objective phase. So the first one's 30, second one's 40, third one, and then onward, so even the fifth one will be 50 seconds. Nice use of the shield glare, and then also throwing in the combo afterwards. I think they were trying to benefit on the fact that maybe they get the interrupt, and then someone steps up and Li Ming combo comes through the wall, and they're able to get that blow up and reset. That allows them to control us a little bit better. Venus is back from death and going to be trying to step up. That's going to be a great Frost Wolf coming out from Bob, as they have Lurking Arm to stop them from stepping further up. But Key is going to be going for the channel. Doesn't look like Li Ming's gonna have a combo in time. Does touch the side of Siege's leg, but I believe, actually no, they didn't go into, I thought they went into the Nerubian, I believe is the way you pronounce it, Nerubian armor. But they didn't. They actually went into Regeneration Master. I saw Siege take... I thought Siege got hit with that combo from Li Ming, but maybe it might have missed, or they might have procced their shield right as it did, so it just mitigated it. It looked like no health went away. Either way, Weakness is very far forward in this fight, trying to find their way out of here. Pustule is going to be spread from the Stukov. There is going to be that yellow channel, and what that means is that is a hero who's going to be channeling the objective. When one of these jailers channels the objective, it does not interrupt or contest the time, meaning the bar does not go yellow. So if you are trying to, you know, get this converted over, and then maybe there's like 10 seconds left and you walk away, these jailers will turn it around, or will recapture the camp, and I think it takes like 4 seconds roughly, maybe it's like 3-4 seconds for them to channel this and stop it. But either way, first objective will be going over to the members of Clouded Minds. Rise in a bit of a rough spot, but they're able to get right out of there. First objective is charging on up, as Imperius looks like he's going to be rotating into the bottom lane to make sure that he's going to be helping out the friendly team. Win is going to be in mid as well. Bandit 2020. Yeah. Key is still playing nice. Yeah, Key's still been playing, yeah. I think he plays on a team, he might have taken last season off. I feel like I didn't see Key last season, or maybe it was the season before that. It was one or the other. Maybe I think he was off last season, and he was around the season before that. So he took season 7 off from NGS, if I'm not mistaken, and then he was around for, you know, season 5 and 6 and all that good stuff. But Rise is in a bit of a rough spot, as they are going to be getting a little bit of a speed boost right out of there. They do actually have the Divine Steed as well. So that insta mount, as well as the increased movement speed, but that's going to be a Nubarak with a Burrow Charge in, just going to be trying to jump onto the objective. They still have a lot of members in this top lane pushing on in, and they're going to be trying to go for a fort. The reason they're prioritizing top lane over mid lane is because they can consistently feed those null camps in through mid, and that's going to be something they can do every minute and 30 roughly. Or whenever the objective isn't up. Speaking of things not being up, Imperius is going to be going down to the Rainier in bottom lane. Looks like that was a very close 1v1 down there. But if you're able to get the top lane for it or the bottom lane, and you can see this is why they're checking it. Oh wait, no, they're going for boss right now? Ooh, did they have vision of this from Clouded Minds? I don't think they actually saw them rotate to boss. I don't think there's a mini wave or anything, so this will be a boss uncontested. I was going to say the reason that they want to grab the top lane for it is because top and bottom are boss lanes. So prioritizing those early is very beneficial because they can feed the boss in. This camp, as I was saying, you're going to constantly have this rotating in, so you'll bank on that being the big thing to siege in through mid lane. I don't think, I was just thinking back to this really quickly. I don't think Sylvanas was banned out at all during the last draft, but Imperius instead, and I'm going to try and make something happen here. Webwrap did come out and Sundering from the Thrall, and that is going to be Joanna getting picked off. Imperius in a bit of a rough spot. They stepped very far forward. They're trying to make something happen here. They do have Wrath of Angiris, so that will reposition them for a second. Unfortunately, won't be enough repositioning as Lunar comes through with a leaping strike. I think that was just onto Siege just to get on the far side, maybe threaten and save the Imperius, but now boss lane will be contesting top lane. They should be able to burn right through this. I'm trying to see really quickly. Okay, they didn't go into like Nature's Calling at level 4. They actually went to Siphoning Toxin, but I was thinking they might have gone into Nature's Calling to be able to burn through some things like maybe the objective phase, not the objective phase, but the objective pushing through, or even, you know, a boss itself. And Nubarak going to get the Burrow Charge onto Venus. That is going to be top lane fort going down, so that's going to be periodic catapult pressure coming through top lane, as well as the passive experience gain that you get over time. Speaking of passive experience gain, we haven't looked at any of the other numbers, so let's go ahead and take a peek at what the damage, healing, and experience looks like thus far into game number 1 of our best of 3 series. And Rise Robin gonna Divine Steed right out of there. Does get a little bit more damage on the front gate. Imperius in the bottom lane was, I think, checking boss, and realized they might be over on their over onto their null camp. Nice celestial charge, but they're just gonna be holding over bottom lane for now.
Time for some action.
I just saw his tweet. Wait, what? Who? Whose tweet? Now that's Buttsbot at his finest. Bad Butt by CM. There's actually we actually created a channel in my Discord called Buttsbot, like Best of Buttsbot, and we're just throwing like the best quotes in there at this point. It's actually there's only like 3 or 4 of them in there, but it's good so far. It's pretty good. Top lane, it does have that fort down, so that's gonna be the Reaver minion coming into lane periodically. So I believe it's every 3rd wave. It's like no, yes, I think is the way that it comes out. And now we're going to be having 13 oh, well, they're down the talents here, but they're chasing on into this. Look at Yrel for the flank. They actually could collapse onto Clouded Mines. That's a little risky on the side of Clouded Mines, the way that they're playing this, but they're playing aggressive. They're playing like the talent tier means nothing to them. Huge, Sacred Ground going to be used by the Yrel. That's going to be Flailing Swipe out from Star Knight. They get the push onto themselves. That's going to be Star Knight so very low. Ana is going to be having the Eye of Horus as well, and that's why you're seeing that giant shot piercing through everything. So they're going to get heals to the friendly members, and then they're also going to be piercing through into the friendly, or excuse me, they're going to get healing for the friendly and then damage to the enemy sides as they pierce through everything. But Joanna going to be going down as well. These resets for Li Ming are not coming in, and Clouded Mind's getting pushed back a little bit. It's going to be another level gained by the opposing side, as well as, at least for now, they're going to be channeling this over. They have 40 seconds to go, and we have 16 to 12 seconds on the tank and the bruiser. So they should be able to contest this on the side of Clouded Mines, but they also don't have 13 talent here, which is going to be a bit of an issue. Might be able to pick it up with a couple waves that they do have pressuring up into them, but whose butt is it anyways? I missed the opportunity. I just saw this. Oh, missed opportunity. Yeah, exactly. They're going to grab the null camp for mid. Seems like they're actually going to give this over. They're not going to try and contest it. I mean, as I said, they don't have 13. Yeah, Lunar going to be going into top lane, probably to deal with that. Li Ming going to be helping out as well. Actually going to be staying in mid lane. Imperius will be in this bottom. You can see Nubrak was trying to step up. The big factor... I mean, there's a lot of big factors that I probably have already hit on, but the one thing to consider here is it's going to be even talent tier for now, but there's only about a level they need to gain before they're going to be hitting 16 talent tier, and that's going to be almost a 3-level lead if that does happen. And they're going to be the ones who actually have the objective as well. Going to try an early siege in this bottom lane, but now with 4v4 in bottom lane, they're going to be trying to make something happen. Lunar is trying to neander their way down. That's going to be the Wrath of Angeus from Imperius that pulls them towards the keep. Li Ming does get the Disintegrate onto them, so that will be 1 kill for themselves. Leaping Strikes puts Luinus into the far side of this. I think they're trying to get onto key, but they themselves leaped way too far forward, taking quite a bit of damage from Kotip, and oh, that's a great flailing swipe to force back Rise Robin, but now they need to deal with the lanes. They need to manage everything that's being pushed into them. Bottom lane obviously just got the fort. Mid lane should be getting this fort as well with the help from Yrel, as well as the gigantic wave that just came in right behind that. This wave is buffed out by the objective as well, and that's why it's being shredded. Top lane is going to be stepping up to the keep front gate, going to be taking that down. They need to manage this as well. Imperius and Joanna, I think, are going to be in the mid lane. The rest of the damage dealers and the healer will go into top lane to clear this out. So they lose the front gate of their keep in top. 16 talent here has been achieved by the enemy side, so there's a solid 2-level lead in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. And while that's happening, they're going to go ahead and grab themselves a boss in bottom. Top lane boss is up in the next 3 seconds. They do have both of the sapper camps up, or excuse me, null camps up and available. Lunar is sending that Sentinel Wisp, and I think they're going to be trying to get this down towards the boss. Yeah, you can see it's already going down there. And this boss is, it's not, no, there's no way they can make the rotation in time, but Yrel is also interrupting the mounted people as well as just slowing them from being able to get there. So this is definitely boss picked up for bottom lane. They still have their keep front gate, but this is also 16 talent here on the opposing side. They've managed to find themselves 1 level thus far on the side of Clouded Mines. They just need to find that 16 talent tier and then also need to get a couple kills realistically. Where everything is made up and the butts don't matter. The butts always matter, Doc. The butts always matter. Ben is the best boy, so... or Ben is... God. I like how chat's just taking over the role of Buttspot. 16 talent tiers right around the corner for our Clouded Minds. We also do have another objective phase in the top lane. It does rotate between top and bottom. Obviously, the third one is going to be in top since the first one was as well. Huge Thundering coming out from Throw. Leaping Strikes were attempted by Venus. Unfortunately, not going to be able to connect. Wrath of Angiers coming out from Piers onto a Nubrek. It's going to be the Flailing Swipe forcing back one. Rise Robin stepping up as well, looking to take down a potential keep with the boss. There's a lot of damage thus far going out as they also find themselves a Stukov kill. Keep does fall. They also do have the Reaver minion that the Reaver minion tanks quite a bit of damage too. I mean, it's got 2k health. Hold on, it's 2,000. The Reaver minion has more health than Li Ming. That's just something to think about right there. And well, Li Ming is glass cannon, so there is that. She took down what, 20%? No, 15%. Okay. So it's with a caveat. The Reaver minions right now have more health, but that's also because of all of that. I'm just curious to see. No, there's no one else who has a lower health pool than the Reaver minions. It was just crazy to look at. I was like, wait a minute, do we? Maybe. The real question is, can Cloud of Mine stop the snowball from keep going? That is a good question, Bloodwind. That is a very, very good question. Right now, they need to take a team fight, but I think, as I said in the draft, the hardest thing is going to be diving onto Key and Kotip because of the fact that they're playing these two ranged heroes and they also have probably the longest range in the game, especially with the strike mode being activated, but they have to dive past a Thrall who's got roots, control, all of that, self-sustain, a Yrel who's got, well, the ability to use the Righteous Hammer and force people around, and then they also have some self-sustain, and then a Nubrak who has got self-sustain and stuns and stuff. So you're basically trying to get past these three bodyguards, and it's just they're protecting Madam and Mr. President. It's so difficult, and this is what I was talking about in the draft as well. They have this gigantic bruisery front line, and it's just so hard to deal with. And right now, Star Knight is doing their best to get away. Unfortunately, Zednam's not going to be able to chase into that one, so we currently have Objective going back and channeling. The reason this is unchanneled is because of the fact that they let the Jailers take care of that, or they let the Jailers get the counter channel while they were chasing out some kills. So with all that, there was a camp that pushed into mid lane. And I was asking this earlier in a game. It maxes out at 20 armor reduction. Sorry, it gives me a giggle, like, that the Reaver minions have more health than Li Ming. Does it have more than Lunara baseline? I don't know. What's Lunara got? A Nubrak's actually gonna get picked off by the Wrath of Angiers setup right there. 2,788 from Lunara. I don't know what she scales with, so I'd be lying if I tried to tell you anything else. Sorry. Ooh, Kotip is gonna be very low. That's gonna be the 16 talent coming into value right there. Arcane Orbit. I was like, why is that? Because I was like that Arcane Orb is going very, very far. And then it just kept going, and I was like, oh, 16 did hit, you're right. No spell shield on Lunara. But she did go, no, spell shield is at 13, right? So she did go into Let Them Wither. So you're increasing the slow duration, and it also has no decay either, so there's that. Loana. Bottom lane is gonna get cleared out as the final objective was pushing in. For anyone that might not know, the objective right there is going to be, or excuse me, the core itself does regain health. If you're also wondering why there are 2 shields, it's because they took down one of the keeps. You have 20 shielding, physical and spell, for every keep that's up and available. So that's why you're seeing 60 over here on the right-hand side. But as Aktar pointed out to us last night, it's impossible to kill the core when it has full shielding, because if a keep isn't down, you can't attack the core. That's why he's invulnerable and he is not. So it was like, he said it and I was just like, God, you're right. You're so right. All right, 20 talents here was picked up by the members of Tidecallers, and I think they were considering to jump onto this, but they were themselves grabbing this camp on the right-hand side. The members of Clouded Minds, while they are on the back foot, they do have opportunities to bring themselves back into this game. 20 talents here could be a massive spike for them. That kill that they got in the retreat in that last engagement was really, really beneficial as well. Kind of slowed down the pacing from Tidecallers, and I think that's realistically what Clouded Minds needs to focus on right here, is just constantly interrupting the momentum that the enemy team is trying to build. So right now, grabbing this boss, that means that they have to deal with this. Also, on vision-wise, let's jump over to Lunara. They can see that there's a lot of members in top lane, so they themselves are going to try and make a boss play all the way in bottom lane. I'm sure that the enemy team knows something's up. Actually, I'm surprised that they're not trying to invade in the bottom lane. I was gonna say that the enemy team should know something's up since no one's clearing bottom lane, and I was expecting them to say, "Oh yeah, let's try and play into this," but they're gonna actually take advantage of that regardless and still take a top lane keep. So while I was talking about, they realized that they were on boss. That they're not gonna go for the invade. Maybe it was just too long of a rotation, but I mean they're gonna solidify a keep, which is just another 20% or 20 physical and spell armor going to be removed from that core. Keep saying that I'm right. I mean, you are technically right on that. I mean, it's impossible to kill them when they have 60 physical and spell armor. It works when you're ahead. Spell shield would have given her more survivability from behind. That's true, Ghost Bear. A lot of mines will go down kicking and screaming. It's going to take all 3 keeps before. It's going to take all 3 keeps before they give up. That's very, very true. I thought this was push to win. Spell shield. Okay, thank you. 13 was spell shield. Thank you for confirming that. I was looking over at chat for a couple seconds. I was like, someone will let me know that I'm wrong. But thank you for letting me know that. All right, 50 seconds is the channel time for this. I believe this is our 4th objective of the game. Yeah, because there were 2 for red, 1 for blue. So this will be our 4th one. And as I noted, it doesn't go up any further than the 50-second mark. I think 60 seconds might have just been a little bit too long in their testing. But it's 20 talent tiers on both sides. We're gonna keep the talents up right now. We'll cycle through some of the other numbers here in just a second, just to get an idea of what the damage, healing, and experiences look like from both sides, as we're about 20 minutes into game number 1 of our best of 3 series here. Kotip is going to try and put some pressure on the Tiger, uses the knockback, but they then step up with the Celestial Charge. A lot of damage going on to them. They're going to go ahead and pop Wrath of Angiers. That's going to be the Sacred Ground coming out from Mrgles as well. Center coming out from the Thrall. That's going to be Lunara, the first one to go down. Imperius going to be following as well. Star Knight trying to get the Flailing Swipe, but ends up getting picked up as well. That's going to be the Root, but they also went ahead and web wrap them. Li Ming tries to get the interrupt onto that. Zednam trying to work their way out of this one, but now the enemy team realizes that they have an opportunity to end the game. Mid lane is going to be going down. This is huge for them, but there's 40 some seconds on 3 players, and they have a good wave right behind them, and this core only has the 20 spell and physical armor, so we'll see. I was gonna say we're gonna cycle through numbers, but we might be looking at them in a second on the score screen as they're going for core on the side of Tidecallers. This is Joanna stepping into the core Hall of Storms momentarily, and unfortunately that will be game number 1 going over to the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. GG, well played. Are we serious with this Rainer's Raider? GG's. Very good game 1, seriously though. Really good back and forth. I was actually hoping that we would at least get another win. 60 equals 100% caster math confirmed. Exactly, Radically Dreaming, exactly. That's that caster math you like to see. That's a really good game 1. That's a really, really fun and good game 1. Let's see. Tiger's the captain. First pick or map pick? I apologize, everyone. I had the wrong map showing for our little I had Volskaya Foundry showing. I don't know why. Whoopsies. Okay, there we go. I'm going to show its stats once more, and then we'll get set up for our next game. Has anyone seen... so wait, is Star Knight... Is it Star Knight or Stark Knight? It's Star Knight. It's Star Knight, yeah. The moment you said that, I was just like, wait, crap. Was I saying it wrong? But I remember, I think we met up at BlizzCon, and I think it was I was a little drunk. I'm not gonna lie. I think he said thank you for calling my name right. I can't remember though. We all kind of met up and we were all intoxicated. It was BlizzCon. One second, let me fix Bandit's little area over here. What's going on with all this, bud? Huh? Are you upset at all your toys now? Put everything around you so the camera closer to you. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. Everyone can see your beautiful face better. Alrighty. We have that back. Did we find out? No, not yet. Okay. And then let's go ahead and update the team score for the right side. Tidecallers will be up 1 in our best of 3 series. Sounds like a bad Marvel sex tape. 2 maps in snow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But we're going to find out what they want to do here in just a second, and we'll get ready for game 2. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the stream. Doc, as I said earlier, thank you so much for the resubscription. I really, really appreciate the support, my friend.
I will follow you to the end of the world.
It's, oh yes, it's Saint Arknight.
Hello.
Hello. All right, Key? Did Key, like, get up from their computer? They're just like, oh, I'm so good. I'm so good. While we're kind of hanging out here, while we're waiting for our next map, we can at least let you know what's going on with stream over the weekend as well as going into next week. So next week I haven't picked up any games just yet. I typically do that around like Saturday, Sunday. The crossover sex tape we never knew we needed. I will be, so tomorrow I don't stream because I usually like to take the day off from streaming and hang out with some friends, go out of the house and actually be away from my desk. Because I'm sitting in this room, like, here's my day. I wake up, I play with Bandit, I drink some water, usually take a shower, or I'll take a shower at night, and then start work. So that's usually like, I'll wake up at like 5:45, and then I'll start work at like 6:30, 6:45, and that's in this room, right over there. And then I will stop working at 4 o'clock, make dinner, play with Bandit, feed him, and then start streaming at 5, and then stream till about 8, 9 o'clock, and then go watch one episode of a show, and then go to bed at like 10 o'clock because I have to get up at 5:45. So I usually, like, by Friday, I'm just like, I need to get out of this room and out of this house. So we're not going to be streaming tomorrow. Saturday, I'll be over on Jinxie Cat stream for D&D. That starts at 11 a.m. PST, or 2 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. If you want to know who's playing, it's going to be me, Stark, Tetcher, Cat Peach, Weenus, Mike, and we have our DM, Miss Jinxie Cat. So that is going to be happening over on her stream, so I highly recommend you check that out. And Sundays I don't typically stream, but it's kind of up in the air. So obviously joining the Discord is a good way to know when I go live. I don't use everyone I don't use here. You can follow me on Twitter. I usually post before I go live, or even in the morning when I have a schedule. Or obviously follow here so you can know when we go live. And then Monday, well, we start back over. Monday through Thursday is our core casting days. We typically start at about 5 o'clock PST, 8 o'clock EST if you're over on the East Coast, and we go for probably 3 to 4 hours of casting. Tonight, obviously, we're already at 3 hours, so he didn't see it, and I didn't actually see his response for a little bit. Okay. So let me go ahead and make the lobby, and let's get these players in here really quickly, and then I'll keep rambling about my stream schedule. Where's Tiger? Invite to game, because that's team 1. Yes, okay. And then I have to do one last thing, which is update this to say that, and we are ready to go for game number 2. Okay, so what race and what class? So what I do is I am playing I start out as a ranger gnome. Yes. I started out as a ranger gnome, and then I have a multi-class level in sorcerer as well, but it's part of the story. And then as a ranger, I asked the DM, and she's the best person on earth, and she let me have a guard drake as my companion. I have a guard drake, and that is a large creature. Typically, you don't get a guard drake as your companion in D&D. So it's really, really fun. Like, Tetcher plays in like a homebrew artificer, I think it is. Like, he's got a jacket where he can pull a ladder out of one of the pockets. Stark is playing, I think, like a paladin warlock. Cat Peach is playing a fighter lizard person, which is just great because it's just so perfect. Weenus is playing a chaotic neutral bard, which is super fun. And then we have Mike, who's playing a sorcerer, I believe. And I don't think they have any multi-classing, but they have like, they're like really, really dumb. Like, his character's supposed to be really, really dumb, so it's really funny. Baha, will you cast Divisions EU or NA? Wait, sorry, what? Good, they're keeping it going. Wait, what did I miss? Dang, my guy. That's a big part. It is a decent sized party. We were actually larger when we initially started out in our campaign. Our campaign actually used to be a bigger party. We used to have 2 extra people. But we trimmed the fat, if you will. Baja, will you cast divisions EU or NA? Oh, Div S EU NA. No monks? I don't think there's any monks, unless someone multi-class and I just don't know. I love your energy. It makes me so hyped up. I'm glad you enjoy I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, so Division S. Sorry, it took me a second to figure out what you were getting at. I'll probably be casting I'll be doing NA. Typically EU is it's either too early for me or Caldor streaming it. And the blunt honesty of it all is there's no way. One, I don't want to split viewership because I hate splitting viewership for events like that. Like during all the what's it called? All the qualifiers, like Graysville would start before me and I was going to jump in one day, but literally like it would have meant that I would have jumped in the same lobby as him and he already had all the viewership. So I'm like, well, why would I split his viewership from him? Like that's rude. So I was just like, no, he's got it. Like let him do it because he'll benefit the most from his viewership. And then, so it's all that kind of stuff. So like trying to cast in the same lobby as Caldor, not a good idea. For NA, I have a little bit more pull because usually Caldor's sleeping. So I don't, it's all that good stuff. I forgot to ask the teams if they're ready. My apologies. All right. My DM messed up and I got an owlbear as a companion. My party met a newly born owlbear, rolled a 97 or so on my animal handling with a nat 20. That is awesome. That is so awesome. I've gifted him a sub. Thanks to whoever gifted it to me. I don't know who gifted that to you. I'm all in for NA, but so I can watch NA. But your VODs from EU, your VODs and EU from Caldor. Yeah, that's probably gonna be. Sorry, they were apologizing to me. They were like, sorry, I didn't see your message. And I was like, it's okay. I haven't been paying attention too well either. Tell him I said hi. Rise Robin says that, says hello to chat. So let's go ahead and get on into our game number 2. I just want to make sure that everything is all set correctly. Let me just mark this in my notebook for my own personal notes. All right. Ow. All right, let's go ahead and get into game number 2. That was not something that feels good, and I don't want to describe it because that's just, chat doesn't need to hear about that. Let's go ahead and get into game. We are here in map number 2, game number 2 of our best of 3 series. Ouch. We are going to be here on Infernal Shrines, and if you're sitting at home and you're wondering how we got to Infernal Shrines, don't you worry, don't you fret, don't you fear. I got you covered, friends. The home team this evening is going to be Clouded Minds. They lost the coin flip. They're going to be banning out Cursed Hollow and Towers of Doom. The members of Tidecaller Mrgles won the coin flip, opting for first pick priority in game number 1. Tomb of the Spider Queen and Brax's Holdout were banned out by them. Alterac Pass was the first map chosen by Clouded Minds and lost by them. They opted for first pick priority as they have that choice as the losing team. So the members of Tidecaller Mrgles will opt to take us to Infernal Shrines for our game number 2. Let's go ahead and get back into the draft and see what we got unfolding right now. Anub'arak and Deathwing will be banned out, respecting the Anub'arak from, I believe it was Siege on the Anub'arak. Yes, because Rise Robin was on the Urel. Yeah, Siege was on the Anub'arak, and they actually were really, really good there. Deathwing will be banned out as well, just not wanting to give that over, even though they have first pick priority. Also going to be banning out Kael'thas on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles, getting rid of the Wave Clear and also the Chain Bomb potential that he brings to the table, and Anduin will be banned out as well. Mad Kaiser gifted it. I figured out how to check. Oh, nice. Thanks, Mad Kaiser. Yeah, ouchies. I was afraid. Thank you for explaining. You're welcome, Zell. You're welcome. I know people get worried when we load into a map. They're like, wait, but how did we get here? No, it's okay. Thank you. They're considering this first pick though. They're not sure what they want to go into. There's a lot of opportunities, but Ariel's up and available, and they're gonna grab it. Incoming Cho'Gall. Resurrection Cho'Gall. I mean, here's the thing, like Clouded Minds, you're down 1 in a series. Instead of playing it safe and picking a composition that just works on Infernal Shrines, just Cho'Gall this and catch them off guard. I don't know. On the right-hand side, they could actually pick up a Stukov and a Johanna really early here. I like the Johanna actually a ton, and there's gonna be the Stukov, yeah. I was talking about how there's a strong Stukov player on the side of Tidecaller Mrgles, and I'm a little worried for the members of Clouded Minds. We'll see though. Raynor and Jaina will be picked up, so they could Cho'Gall here 100%. They could 100% Cho'Gall. They don't have a solo lane, but Raynor could technically take that role. They technically could. Ban-wise, though, on the opposing side, realistically, let's actually try and figure out what they're going to be going into. ETC actually makes a lot of sense. I was thinking Arthas a little bit. I was thinking Arthas could be a potential ban if they're worried about the auto attack speed reduction that he brings to the table. If they're thinking about grabbing a Greymane or something like that, or even maybe the Thrall just having the auto attack speed reduced by the Frozen Tempest, that W from the Arthas. But taking out the ETC is actually really strong because you get rid of any sort of Ring of Frost plus a Mosh Pit combo. So it's just you're getting rid of synergies, and it makes a lot of sense. Yrel will be banned out as well. Going to be that's a couple of respect bans coming out, as that was the Rise Robin, if I'm not mistaken, was the one who played that in the first game. And also, if anyone missed it, Rise Robin did say hello to Twitch chat. So hello to Twitch chat from her or them. Excuse me. Cho'Gall actually overpowered right now because he has permanent 115% move speed from level 1. Cho'Gall. Oh, sorry. I looked over. I saw red and said. Either way, Dahaka going to be grabbed for the solo lane. Sylvanas will be grabbed for some extra push power. This is terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really scary composition coming out from the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. Oh God, sorry. I drank a little bit of tea and then all of a sudden my body's just like, you gotta burp. Let's see, Ario, Raynor, Jaina. Just do it, just Cho'Gall. Realistically, like Garrosh wouldn't be a bad idea here. You have the Warlord's Challenge and then something in the solo lane against the Dahaka, maybe a Falstad. All right, so there's gonna be the Arthas actually. So that was what I was thinking they were gonna be going into, and that's what I was thinking the ban would be, but Sonya for the solo lane into the Dahaka. That's actually a pretty good matchup. Last little bit of damage coming out from the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. They're going to, oh, Ashen, thank you so much for the resubscription. Thank you for the tier 1 subscription for 2 months. Thank you, Ashen. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. For the last little bit here, though, they do need some sort of, actually, like an Orphea wouldn't be horrible. Some sort of spellcaster would work out. Li Ming, not Li Ming, because the Skeletal Defenders get in the way a little bit. But Lunara is actually going to be grabbed right here, so they're going to be trying to put that poison damage out and thinking that maybe Ariel might not be able to deal with the sustained damage that Lunara offers with that poison on top of it. And also, you have to consider the fact that Sylvanas has some damage over time with the Unfurling Shadows. With the Shadow Dagger. Unfurling Shadows is a level 1 talent. Looking at the two teams, I don't know who I give it over to. Looking at the two teams, purely not basing anything off of names, previous games, just purely draft and what map we're on. Clouded Minds has a really, really strong core and just well-rounded composition. It's the Lunara Sylvanas that really actually worries me here, because the Sylvanas' push power with the Punisher is terrifying. It's actually really, really hard to deal with. In some cases, you actually might be losing a fort very early because of the fact that she's able to lock it down and the Punisher takes no damage, and the Punisher will just keep threatening. Lunara also does a decent amount of damage as well. You can go to Nature's Calling at level 4, and that's basically just increased damage to everything but a hero. And that makes you siege so insanely faster. So we'll see what happens here, but we're loaded in. Let's go ahead and get into game number 2. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having the members of Clouded Minds. Star Knight's going to be on the Ariel. Weenus going to be on the Raynor. We have Swing on the Jaina. Zednam is going to be on the Arthas, and Tiger on the Sonya. Look at that. Nice green clouds for all of them. Nice. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. We're going to be having Rise Robin on the Dahaka. We've got Umbab on the Sylvanas. Key is going to be on the Stukov. Siege is going to be on the Joanna. And Kotip will be on the Lunara. Let's get into mid lane and check out what we get for level 1s. As it is going to be Unfurling Shadows. Nature's Perspective for the Lunara. No Sentinel Wisp for them. Chose level 1 is neat to play with. How you doing, Valk? Good to see you, bud. I hope you enjoyed the VOD last night. I just wanted to say that I've never seen so much less played heroes. You did a great job of explaining. Oh, thank you so much, Bullshark. Sorry I missed your comment. I'm trying to catch chat really quickly as we are going to be getting into the early game right here. And I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Seriously, thank you. The compliment means the absolute world to me. I really try and make a good quality produced stream for everyone. That's really my goal. There was a draft, so it's not a replay? No, replay as in like the VOD. Valk played last night, so he can't watch when he's playing, so it's a replay for him. We do currently have Sonya in the top lane, going into Rise Robin. We are going to be having rotations between middle and bottom from Weenus and Kotip and friends. Going to be having them split off and go ahead and grab some siege camps on the left and the right-hand side. Going to push that in through mid lane. First objective will be Mortar Punisher, and that's going to be in the bottom lane. So some early pressure is very key to be able to maybe whittle down the gates. That way, if you're able to take out the sidewall, that way when the Punisher jumps over, you're able to then capitalize on whoever is getting stunned out by it, if they do get stunned out. And then you're able to maybe find a kill on top of that. So, you know, the reason I'm saying if is because you can do Iron Skin with Joanna, and she's able to then just typically is the one who just eats the damage, or even maybe Rise Robin is able to get the burrow. Now it's a 16-second cooldown, so it's a bit of it's a bit of a choice right there. But nice use of the tongue drag. Unfortunately, Tiger did have a wave right there, so they're not going to be taking any sort of damage from the towers. But it still threatens, and that's just it's enough to kind of force them back. And you're seeing Tiger playing a little bit further back because I think they're a little worried about potential rotation from the enemy team. Let's actually jump over to the vision for our blue team really quickly, as we are getting set up for our first objective phase. 20 seconds out from the announcement, 40 seconds away. Well, 45 seconds away right now from it actually being up and available. And as noted before, it's going to be in bottom lane, will be Mortar. Tatsuki, how's it going, friend? How was your dentist appointment? Thanks for coming by. I hope you had a wonderful day. A nice, relaxing day of going to the dentist. Oh, this is going to be the left side bruiser camp going to be worked on and potentially... I was looking at the minimap for a second. I was like, are they going to try and invade? No, they're going to be trying to go for Tiger here, and that's going to be a Condemn pulling them in. A lot of damage they're trying to spin to win on that one, but they're going to be going down. That's going to be second kill in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles, as we do have that siege camp, or excuse me, the shaman camp grab for the top lane. Looks like Stukov is going to go over here to the right, and I thought that I was like, Stukov can't 1v1 that. Well, it doesn't need to when they picked it up earlier, and they just never capped it. We are going to be having the objective up and available, and also triggered by the members of Tidecaller Mrgles as they're trying to quickly grab this, as Sonya is just now coming back from the Hall of Storms. Also going to be having both of the shaman camps crashing into top lane right now. Lurking arm from the Stukov, trying to catch someone as they're exiting, but actually is just... Now they still threw it out for a little bit longer, just also zone a little bit, but now they're starting to step up on the side of Clouded Minds, and if they can find themselves a kill, that really will bolster their momentum in a moment like this. This is also going to be the majority of the shrines so far in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. That's going to be a burrow from Dahaka, just to stall out any sort of incoming damage, but Rise Robin gets a great tongue drag onto Arthas. Zednam still turns around and gets the smack with the sword. Frostmourne did hunger, and that's going to be Dahaka going down in that engagement. Tiger had to cycle out as Lunara was putting a lot of damage onto them. Ariel doesn't have any sort of hope onto them, but they did use the Detainment Strike just to force them back. They did go into Repeated Defense at level 4, so they do have those stacks and that increased range by 30%. This is going to be Punisher picked up in favor for the members of our Clouded Minds, but the Detainment Strike will be forcing back one from stepping up. Zednam, the healing from Ariel should be enough right there, but a lot of the members got whittled down, so they're going to have to back off and wait for this Punisher to actually, or excuse me, not wait for the Punisher, but get a little bit of healing, and they're actually... This Punisher pickup was mostly a denial from the enemy team. They're not going to get much siege value because, as I said, they had to back off, they had to grab some healing, and now they say, you know what, it's not worth it, let's just kind of grab a camp and just cycle back and get ready for the second objective phase. Should be popping up somewhere in the 7-minute mark in the game. Shadonas, thank you so much for subscribing with your Twitch Prime here. Thank you so much for the 2 months of support. Or 4 months of support, sorry. It said 2-month streak afterwards, and I was like, 2 months, wait, right? No. But thank you so much, Sedonis. I really appreciate that. It was super scary, but my teeth are super smooth right now. Oh, just cleaned all those chompers. It's been a while. Thanks for coming by, Shadonis. Good to see you, friend. Gorilla Dude, how are you? Sonya back in the top lane. Going to be having Arcane Punisher for the top... Excuse me, the next Punisher will be in top lane, going to be Arcane. There we go. Sonya going to be pushing that up a little bit further. We have 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40 on the Bruiser camps in the top and the left, or Shaman camp as I also like to call them. Looks like the Impaler camp will be grabbed for mid lane or Siege camp. The reason I think it's just because I actually call them by the unit name. Yeah. But they have themselves a solid level lead on the side of Tiger Tidecaller Mrgles. I was looking over at my stream deck to make sure I pushed the right button because we want to cycle through the other numbers as we are going to be getting 10 talent here in just a second. Sonya forcing up the top lane, trying to open this up a little bit further. And this is what I was talking about in the bottom position when you're trying to, you know, soft push the lane before the objective phase. This is exactly what I was talking about beforehand. Also, Arthas will be going down the blue lane. I'm talking about map strats and stuff, and people are actually dying. So mark your bingo card. And we have 10 talent here picked up by the members of Tidecaller Mrgles as leaping strikes come out from Lunara, actually leaping to a minion to actually get closer to Sonya. There was a wailing arrow, I believe, out from the Sylvanas that solidified the Sonya from getting any further away or using the whirlwind to heal up into this enemy team. But now they're going to lock down the front gate and open this up, and we shouldn't be too far off from the announcement of our Punisher for top lane. While they see this happening in top, they're just going to try and push out bottom, but Dahaka's still threatening down here, and they don't want to get pulled in. There's the tongue drag, so at least they know that that's out. I didn't look and see if he went into... God, I'm blanking on the name off the top of my head. Primal Aggression? No, that's a different talent. Feeding Frenzy, there we go, for the auto attack reduction on the tongue drag. So I believe that's a level 7 talent that you can get. Yeah, because typically you see the one who collects at level 4, or you see Hero Stalker to get the extra essence when you're just constantly brawling. But that's a great tongue drag out onto Raynor. Leaping strikes coming out from Lunara, and they find a Raynor kill. Zednam trying to get out of there as they will be able to disengage behind the wall, but they're going to have to tap well. And as I said, we did have the objective phase right around that 7-8 minute mark, and there it is. It's going to be popping up here in 15 seconds. Going to be having the Shaman Camp on the right-hand side as well as the one on the left going to be grabbed almost simultaneously, and those will be crashing in top, but there's no fort for them to retreat to. They have to be weary of that. I do want to point out that Sonya did go into leap, so they do have that. They have that as an option. Hyperion for the Raynor as well, so it's going to be a good zoning tool. But it's even talent tiers, and right now Clouded Minds has to take a fight before the enemy team hits 13. If they hit 13, it's going to be a lot like last game where they're just playing around that talent tier disadvantage. And if they can find a couple kills here, that would be huge for them. There's a Blessed Shield from Joanna as well as a Detainment Strike into the wall. It's going to be a Ring of Frost out from the Jaina. They find a Sonya kill initially in this fight. There's going to be the Resurrection onto Sonya right away as they're going to be trying to leap into the backline. Ween is very low, does get some healing out from Star Knight. They're going to be forcing the back. I think Rise Robin got hit with the Detainment Strike from Star Knight, but oh, I was gonna say Venus' health right now is so very low. Siege does end up going down right there. That's gonna be a big pickup for the members of Clouded Minds, but they're doing their best. They're so very low. The poison damage from Kotip is just so hard to deal with as Rise Robin's very low, does have to burrow. Lunara trying to get the Splintered Spear onto a couple members to get more poison onto them. This is going to be 30 out of the 40 skeletal defenders they need. Joanna down for the next 10 seconds, so they're gonna cycle back here. This is going to be quite a few of the skeletal defenders picked up by our blue team. Can they find the last 10 they need? They're going to try and play from this far side. Ooh, that's a good lurking arm. Tiger taking a whole lot of damage. No resurrect for the next 32 seconds. Leaping strike coming out onto Tiger. The healing should be good enough for now. Swing going to be pulled away by Rise Robin on the bottom portion of our fight right now as Tiger is just trying to spin around all these members. So many members keep getting so low, but no one going down just yet. This is going to be Arcane Punisher picked up by our red team, though. They are able to grab this Arcane Punisher as Sonya leaps onto Lunara, tired of her hijinks, and they end up getting the Jaina kill in response. There was also a Dahaka kill during all of that. Woo! And now Zednam, yeah, they need to watch out for those. Also, if Zednam gets jumped on by the Punisher, that's gonna be a rough go. Stukov does get picked off, and they're just chasing in as they say, you know what? The Punisher's one thing. Ariel actually did resurrect Swing, so that's gonna be an 80-second cooldown. But they're gonna have to hearth back just to get to. It's going to be faster to hearth just to get there, and Siege is going to be clearing out the top lane Shaman Camp coming through. So they lost the Punisher, but they managed to pick up quite a bit of experience during all of that, closing the gap that was starting to form, but still going to be down a talent tier. At least they're able to defend against this Punisher without the enemy team pushing up against them as well. Really well played from Clouded Minds, playing on the back foot, but still keeping themselves in this game. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we're going to be having Rise Robin grabbing the objective down, or not the objective, the Impaler Camp down here. This will be the Impaler Camp on the right-hand side grabbed, and without their 13s, this is kind of the same position they were in last time. They're a little weary of trying to even take their own camps. Umbob stepping up. That's going to be a Detainment Strike into the wall. There's going to be a leap right on top of her. Good healing coming out from the Stukov. Leaping Strikes are going to be coming out from Kotip as well. The camp is up and available. They're able to grab it. Unfortunately, Jaina's going to be going down. No resurrect for the next 20 seconds. Umbob will be killed, so they're at least trading out that one. Sonya going to be killed as well, so it's a 2-for-1 in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. That's going to be a burrow. A huge lurking arm as well. Tongue drag coming out onto the Ariel. They don't have... Oh, Resurrect's not up for 7 seconds. They actually just have it back up now, but the entirety of Clouded Minds gets killed, and I don't think you self-resurrect right there. They're going to hang on to it, get ready, and then they also have to defend top lane Also to note, Frozen Punisher for bottom lane. I didn't look at when the last Punisher went down, but we're probably sitting somewhere in the 12-minute mark in the game when that should be up and available. And so while they have the enemy team down, they're going to go ahead and say, we got a camp down here, we got a wave down here, let's go ahead and push on in. We've also got Nature's Calling at level 4. That's really a lot of the damage into these non-heroic things. It's everything. It's everything but a hero. And she is just putting in the damage as well as they're pushing out this bottom lane. We have 16 talent tier in favor for the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers really quickly, get an idea of what those have looked like as Tiger's trying to clear up top lane, get some more experience for themselves. Bottom lane is going to be cleared up by a couple members down here, but they're playing a little weary. They need to be also watching out for some of these jungle, if you will, or just not getting, flanked on through their own lanes as this mid lane just gets shredded by the Sylvanas and friends. This is what I was talking about during the draft, where they drafted the Sylvanas and they had all of this and the Lunara right at the end, and I was like, God, this is a terrifying composition if they're able to constantly push pressure, and they're able to do that. The siege has been non-stop coming out from Tidecaller Mrgles. It's 6-13 in kills, been very back and forth, but anytime they find themselves slightly ahead on the side of Clouded Mines, Tidecaller Mrgles will just turn around fights and wipe the enemy team. I mean, it happened already once. It already happened. How do you know it would be frozen? You can hover over it with your mouse on the minimap. You can do that in your normal games. Same thing with camp timers. If you hover over camps, you can see what time there. So 45 right there, 42 right there, 56 right there. This is not special because I'm in observer mode. It's you just hover over it, and you'll see it pop up over the stat bar right there. Boop, boop. Because yeah, you can see you can't see it until it actually spawns and it's up available. Not until you can. Oh, that's a great leap coming in, but leaping strikes coming out from Lunara. Reyna's going to be going down. Sonya going to be going down. They're trying to make some sort of play happen here. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the case, as that's going to be the Hyperion coming out from the Reyna as well. Siege going to be taking a lot of damage from that one, but I think they should be fine with the Stukov healing as well. They will force them back. There was a Resurrect used as well, because you can see 65 seconds plus the Reyna's back up, and he died first. Dahaka will be coming down here. So here you can see that's frozen, but as I was saying, you can just hover over it with your cursor. I wish you could hover over the structures as well, just to see like how much health they had. That'd be a cool little factor. But either way, that's a little quality of life thing, if you didn't know. Yeah, you can hover over the icon on the minimap. Valk's got it. Sony will be going to top lane because they need to find themselves 16 talent tier, and I think they're just going to say, you know what, we're defending against this Frozen Punisher. And it's going to be a hard defense, I'm not going to lie. Frozen Punisher with a Sylvanas and a Lunara running down the lane, that's not something I'm too excited to defend against. They're also going to go ahead and grab themselves the Impaler camp. This will slow down this. Actually, they're going to delay this out a little bit. I think they're going to try and grab as much lane pressure as possible and then grab the Punisher. This does give them that little bit of a window to close that experience gap, or at least find their 16 talent tier. And we'll see that in just a second coming out from the members of Clouded Mines. But here, they're going to have to defend against this. Also, the color at the top of the gem will be red. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you can't see it until it actually spawns. Like it'll just look like this until it actually spawns. A ninth of the way to Big Bandit Cookie. Hecka yeah, dude. Hecka yeah, Akhtar. Yeah, what's up, Yellow Sapper? How you doing, bud? Ariel's the first one to go down. She does have Resurrect, but she's in the enemy backline right now, so I doubt she wants to Resurrect right there. Zednam getting very low, does have to pop the army. That's going to be massive shift from the Stukov as Sonya did leap in. Punisher going to be leaping out as well, trying to join into the fun. That's going to be the Hyperion coming out as Ariel did Resurrect. Wait, did she? She had to have Resurrected. It might not be showing because she's dead or something. She got picked off right there, and she already got killed. That's going to be a huge Ring of Frost. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot. Well, actually, there's a lot of damage coming out from the Jaina, but this is going to be Reyna trying to use that ace in the hole value. Unfortunately, the enemy team is just shredding into this core, and it looks like game number 2 is going to be going over to the members of Tidecaller Mrgles. GG. Well played. Woo! What a good game. What a good series. Don't go anywhere with anyone, though, because we're going to get ourselves a little interview. All right, let's see. Let me jump into a lobby as well. Okay, Kotip. Kotip's going to be joining us. Let me go ahead and show talents really quick. But at this time, we're actually going to be joined by Kotip. Congratulations on your 2-0 victory. How you feeling after that best of 3 series?
Whew, that was a great match for us. We felt really good throughout that.
That I gotta say, like, your momentum throughout that entire series was just really, really, honest to God, it's inspiring to watch, because it really, really showed that even when the enemy team slows you down, you still kept bringing back all of your momentum and kept just winning fights. What are comms like for your team? Because it's at least as a caster looking at you, it seems like everyone's communicating very well, or at least you have a game plan constantly. It's not like, what are we going to do now? It's always like 2 steps ahead. Is that how your comms work? Or can you talk a little bit about how your team actually communicates and, well, synergizes so well?
I feel like it's been growing throughout the weeks. We started off a little weaker, but it's definitely coming together. Our synergy's there. And tonight in comms, it felt like everyone was participating, and I feel like it got loud at certain points. Made sure the doors are closed in my house, but overall it felt really good. There were points where we had a little tension as far as a certain call. Like, I know on Alterac there was a boss call where the enemy team was taking a boss while we had 20, and there were some let's go, some Rainer's not spawned yet, we're not going to make it, and everyone's it was all over the place, but we kind of brought it together, and in hindsight thought it was the correct call. So overall, great comms tonight from everybody on our team. Really was participating.
Oh, it was honest to God such a fun match to cast and to watch. Now, you had such good momentum, and you seemed very, very comfortable in that matchup. When we're going to be progressing through the season for NGS, because we're about halfway through, are there any teams that make you nervous where you might not be able to be like this aggressive and constantly have the momentum in your favor? Do you feel like there's a team that might be kind of tripping you up a little bit?
That would be a better question for Sheej and Key. They do a lot of the pregame analysis for us, and kind of they do a great job. They kind of just like get off on looking at statistics and all of that, and it really helps us kind of have a plan going in. And I think a big part of it tonight was definitely thanks to their work and following our plan going in and pretty much getting what we wanted there. So as far as a specific team, I don't have one in mind, but I do want to make a point that we feel like when we have that advantage, we play better from ahead, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the tougher teams are really gonna test our mettle as far as how comms can deteriorate when things are falling apart, and you got to stick together. So I'm excited for those matches.
Yeah, it is. Those are the hard moments where it's when you're a little bit behind, and it's just like you don't fall into that funk, if you will, where it's just like, like the assassin player is just like, if I don't talk to anyone, I'll just win. Like, I'll just focus on what I'm doing and I'll win. And that usually doesn't really work out for any teams or anyone. But no, it's really, really good. It was really, really good shot calling, and it was really good communication. At least it came across that way to me when I was casting it. Overall, though, like, it was a blast of matches to cast. Like, you guys look comfortable on every map, and I'm super excited to see you all in some further games down in Nexus Gaming Series Season 8. But before I let you run out of here, are there any shots that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours, my friend.
Definitely our team, has been coming together great. We had a scrim earlier this week against the oh my god, they all had the same name.
Randy Newman?
I can't remember. The Randy Newmans, yes.
Yeah.
And we had some great matches against them, and I want to say a shout out to them for playing with us a few games earlier this week and help us get the strategy right. All the teammates did great this week. Our team coach, Chaotic, has been
he's a good dude.
A blessing for us throughout the season. So definitely a shout out to him. Shout out to you and Bandit. I'm looking at the stream now, and I was missing Bandit Cam during the game. So thanks for casting tonight. I can't wait to watch the replays later.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy them. I hope I do you justice. But it was an absolute blast to cast this. You have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for the interview, and thank you so much for the games. I look forward to seeing you all. further down in season 8 of NGS.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.
You too.